Okay, time to go to work here. This was a busy month. I can't believe it just didn't end, and I just was like, oh, I need that, I need that. Oh God. Um, Disclaimer before we get into all this: a big chunk of it is from one Japan order that the games in it did not cost very much per game. So that being said, it's still a lot, and I still feel very weird about it. But let's get going. There's some 64 because it's Japanese 64. This gives us Virtual Pro Wrestling 64. I used to not think that I needed this at all. But then I was looking at videos and someone was going through the roster and stuff for Virtual Pro 64. And there's a lot more of the original Japanese roster in this game than are just in WCW NWO World Tour, so it is still a little bit of a different game, and it wasn't expensive, so I did figure I should just grab this. Obviously, I have Virtual Pro 2 complete in box, and I love having that, and this is just sort of a completion of the Ackie engine set, in a way. Now there's some other stuff here for the 64. None of this is a new game I didn't have before. I just got really weird into getting some Japanese boxes because they're not nearly as expensive as the US stuff, and they look fantastic. Like this. This is the one that really set me off because I fucking had to have this. This is Pokemon Snap, and I'll show you. This is a regular size Japanese box, and you can see the Pokemon Snap. It's smaller here. And it's got a little hang tab because it's meant to look like a little camera box. Oh my god, I had to. Great stuff here. And then with some other Japanese stuff, just for the sake of like, you've got a nice looking box for some staples. Golf and tennis here. Golf in particular I think looks really nice with it's so very green. Tennis kind of has it going with the red, but I really like golf better anyway. It looks phenomenal. I've got the great Japanese cover for Super Smash Brothers. I think it did pretty well in the U.S. too. It's not one of the cases where I dislike it or anything like that, but you'll see with these, honestly, all the other three Japanese games I've got here, there's just a really different and really nice aesthetic to the Japanese covers that I really like. So Smash Brothers. Ocarina. I actually had a loose Ocarina before, and I bought the box finally. And Yoshi Story, where you get this like fabric thing going on, really great. They look lovely. I'm very happy to have them because I mean realistically, where you'd pay $200 maybe for a good complete of Yoshi Story US, this was like $18. Not bad at all. And all the other stuff, it was kind of in the range of like 18. I think the most I paid for any of these was, I think I paid 30, 35 for this. But I mean, look at it. Had to. It was so good. All right. Some of this is just random one game bullshit. Founded at Savers, Need for Speed Rivals. Furious Karting for the original Xbox. There's just a kart racing game for the original Xbox, published by Atari with Goatee Man on the front there. It's not an expensive game, but I'd never seen it before, so I had to. We got Switch games. Come on for Switch games. Start with a bad one. I was so mad at this game. Oh my god. Fool me once with Mario Tennis. Shame on you, Nintendo. Fool me twice with Mario Golf. Shame on you is what I'll try and say. Fool me 3 times. This is me. I'm done. I'm done buying your Mario sports games day one. I'm sorry. This game launched with almost no content. I'm embarrassed. This is, I think if you look on Metacritic right now with user reviews, and not that that's gospel or anything like that, but like if you look on Metacritic right now, it has something below a 5. I think between a 4 and a 5 when I checked the other day for a user Metacritic score. For a Mario game, nobody is happy with this as it is. There's no Daisy. And it sucks because the gameplay is fine. The gameplay actually is really good. But there's nothing here. And I'm going to stop talking about it now. It's just going to make me upset. But don't buy Battle League. Don't buy Battle League. I'm sorry. They did not do... The first two games, which were both brilliant, they did not do it any justice. Something that was done justice. Capcom Fighting Collection. I'm terrible at fighting games, and I am reiterating that to myself when I play this, but I'm still really, really glad that it exists. It basically, you've got 5 Darkstalkers games, 1 Night Warriors, Vampire Hunter 2, Vampire Savior 2, and Vampire Savior 1, because I missed the logo off here to the left. And then you've got Hyper Street Fighter 2, which is a really... I had not really played a lot of it. It's a really weird presentation of Street Fighter 2. But it's a pretty inclusive one, so that's good. Super Gem Fighter, which is a lot of fun. Super Puzzle Fighter 2, which is also fun. I like it quite a bit. Cyberbots, which makes me think about the games that are not in this, but Cyberbots being presented in a package is really nice. And Red Earth, which is never been on a console before, and that's a really, really cool game. It's like a boss rush mode. You only get 4 characters to pick like you would in one of their beat-em-ups, and you fight some really unique enemies that aren't playable enemies, and it's very cool. So I've played a little bit of all of these so far. I'm fucking horrible at them, except for Puzzle Fighter, if anything. But really well presented. Very, very happy. I'd like to see Tech Romancer. Pardon me. Plasma Sword. There's a couple other ones that Capcom's had that don't have Marvel characters in them. I should make sure to introduce that caveat to it, that aren't also Street Fighter as well. But they could do another one of these, and that'd be nice. Oh, Cannon Spike. Cannon Spike's a thing. No, Rival Schools. Rival Schools. Come on, Capcom. We like this. We like this. Do it again. Eastward. Chucklefish. You can see their little logo in the corner there. Great company. They make some really, really cool stuff. And this is an Earthbound-y, adventure-y, I think a little bit an RPG. It looks adorable, and I've heard nothing but good things, and I'm not surprised by that because it's by Chucklefish. So, looking forward to getting into this soon. Weird one here. This is a game that I added into an order because I wanted to decrease shipping, and this was an interesting game for a game that you'll see later with the shipping. 9 Monkeys of Shaolin. It is a decent looking little beat 'em up. I played like one level of it just to see like what the hell did I just buy, but it had like good reviews and stuff. I was interested. But there's a lot of beat 'em ups on the Switch right now, and I'm not going crazy on any one of them. I'm trying to let myself get into the idea that you can just pick up and play and put back down a lot of games, and that's basically what I did here. I was like, okay, I tried that out. That's cool. A lot of games on my shelf haven't been touched yet, and they could just be played that way. Like this one. I already did this too. Horgighugh and Friends. This looked like it could have been a shovelware game, except then published by Axis. So, you know, something to take interest in. It is a horizontal shoot 'em up with a corgi in it. This is a corgi right there. So of course I was interested, and Axis was like, okay, well I have to get it if it's Axis. They have a good choice publishing games. Nothing blew me away about this yet for a shoot 'em up. I mean, on the Switch, I'm actually pretty spoiled for shoot 'em ups because like I have all 3 Psycho collections. They're fucking amazing. And there's some other really good stuff on there too, just between eShop and stuff. Like Genesis online collection, they just added Zeroing into that last night. That's a Toa-Plan game. I've wanted to get my hands on any Toa-Plan stuff for so long, and that's like, that's on my list of today I want to play that. But I have shit to do. Like this. It's going to take me a long time. Anyway, and then No More Heroes 3. I like No More Heroes. I know I do, and I know that they're very, very unique. So, this is not the first time you'll hear me say this, but I felt like this game reached its low point for price, and when it came in front of me, I had to pick it up because of that, and I still have to go back and play the first one, because I only played a little bit of it when I was a kid, and I didn't get the series like I know I would now. But yeah, No More Heroes 3. Full No More Heroes 3. I'm so interested in everything Suda51 does, good or bad, because he's a very, very interesting designer. And yeah, I mean, his artwork alone just looks really cool. I don't know who the hell that is, but I'm looking forward to fighting him. Alright, so that's it for Switch right now. Let's get on to some more imports. There's 2 for the GameCube here today. That's very cool, because I don't actually have a lot of GameCube imports. There's not much to get for GameCube imports, I should say. This is painfully cheap. Had to just kind of grab it and throw it in with my order. This is just the Japanese Smash Brothers Melee, because my copy of Melee is pretty temperamental. So I figured, I have the freeloader. It's not difficult to load up a Japanese GameCube game, even though I haven't really done it. I can't remember the last time I did. But just to have this, like, to be able to go play that, I was like, yeah, give me a fucking $10 copy of Melee just to have one that works, you know? And then this is a really cool one, Baseball 2003, or The Baseball 2003, from the makers of the Power Pro series. I took an interest in this because of the GameCube Anthology. It was just rated very, very highly by the author of that. It's made by the people that do the Power Pros games. I think I just said that, but it's fine. And it's supposed to be really, really good. So anytime you say that there's a really, really good baseball game, then, you know, mechanically very impressive, I'm definitely going to give it a try. And look at this shiny outer sleeve. GameCube games have the most adorable packaging. One Dreamcast game, this was like $7. Who Wants to Beat Up a Millionaire? A game that would basically be shovelware that they'd sell at Staples on a PC, and because it was on PC, it was able to be ported to the Dreamcast. And I've never seen this in person, so it's just Millionaire, but then you go and, like, you beat the shit out of, like, some cartoon. So, yeah. And I also would like to beat up a millionaire, so who wouldn't at this point? We got 2 PS1 games. This is one of the other games that I threw in that 9 Monkeys of Shaolin with, because I saw a video of all the PS1 hockey titles, and I hadn't seen this before. This is Actua Ice Hockey 2. That didn't come out over here and didn't get released in any form over here, but it's a cool looking arcadey game. I went, oh, I want that. So I went looking for it. I found a seller, and I grabbed a couple things from them so that it would be more worth it with the shipping. So this would be cool if I get to pop it in with my my swap magic ever. Definitely, it looked interesting, and I was like, yeah, I'm looking for that. Been on my list for a really long time, this one. This is Alien Resurrection, the follow-up to Alien Trilogy, which is a very, very different style of game because of how the first-person shooter genre kind of changed in between the release of Alien Trilogy and this game. Notably, this game was ripped apart in reviews for having... It's just the default. It's not mandatory. You can change it. Just like when I go play GoldenEye, I can change it to this control scheme. This game was ripped apart for having a weird control scheme where you, believe this, use the left stick to move and the right stick to aim. And look it up. It's by GameSpot. GameSpot said that, and other people have mentioned it. They never thought it would catch on. And also, this game's really good, too. It's supposed to be very, very cool, and I've been into Alien recently, too, so... yeah, I've wanted that one for a long time, actually. A couple PC titles. Got here another S.T.A.L.K.E.R title. This is the second S.T.A.L.K.E.R game, Clear Sky. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just I'll buy anything that has Chernobyl in it. And S.T.A.L.K.E.R 1 on the PC, followed up by a prequel, S.T.A.L.K.E.R Clear Sky. Myth. the Fallen Lords, which may look like basically nothing until you notice, there, the Bungie logo. This is Bungie made an RTS with a 3D engine in 1997. And it's supposed to be really, really good, but whereas if you were to go and look back on Bungie, and, you know, they made Oni, which is very weird, not like them at all, and they made the Marathon games, which very much look like the precursor to Halo, and I'd like to actually try those. This is another one that they made before they were the Halo boys, and nobody remembers this. I forgot that this was in their early resume, and it's supposed to be really, really good. It got fantastic reviews back in the day, so definitely worth picking up. A very interesting title. And then to complete the Rollercoaster Tycoon set, we have here the triple throw pack of RCT2, which includes Time Twister and Wacky Worlds, all on one disc. Good stuff, good stuff. We love Rollercoaster Tycoon. We've got some PS4 and PS5 here. Another game that, like, what was it? No More Heroes. Just like No More Heroes, I had looked at this game and realized that it might be hitting the lowest that it's going to hit. It might go on clearance when a couple stores want to get rid of any leftover stock they have of it. But I don't know how much they're going to have. This is Tormented Souls, and this is a true late PS1 era styled survival horror game. This is limited save tokens. This is fixed camera angles. This is very, like, fight or flight. This is, like, supposed to be, like, 100% that, and it's gotten really good reviews. It's gotten really good reception as far as it executing that concept. So, really, really was interested in this. It even comes with a little Mappo right here that I can't tell you how much this reminds me of the school from Silent Hill, the first one. It's called Wildberger Hospital. And obviously there's a hospital in Silent Hill 2. So take your pick, school or hospital. The Silent Hill maps from the first game. So very much looking forward to that. As a PS4 copy with the PS5 upgrade, it's not. I wasn't holding out for Switch on that. Basically, I was just gonna get whatever I saw it for first. This is a funky little indie game, Where the Heart Leads. Just a very pretty looking, emotional storytelling type of game. I don't actually know that much about specifics here. I just saw some trailers, and this was $13 on Amazon, which is the reason I bought 3 of these games, because they were very, very cheap on Amazon, and I just heard of them, just learned that they existed, and they looked interesting. So there's that one. Lastly, for PS4, in all of these games that I bought this month, the last game that I played and finished was not a game that I purchased. It is not featured in this video, but I played The Quarry, which I didn't know about until about a week before it came out. Got really, really excited for, but also held myself back because it's a full-price game. I had already bought a bunch of these, and I wasn't going to go get it just to play it right away, necessarily. But my friend Ryan got it and played it already, so he lent it to me, and I got one playthrough out of my system, and I loved The Quarry. The Quarry was awesome. I love Until Dawn. It's as good, if not a little bit better, but I want to play it a second time, of course, and I will do that somewhere down the line. Back to this game here. This is one of the Dark Pictures titles that Supermassive has released in between them, and none of these have gotten as well received as Until Dawn or now The Quarry, which are their full-size games. The Dark Picture stuff are shorter games that I think you can kind of tell that, like, they're more Anthology style. They're shorter and they're, quick, and I think they cost $30 when they come out. But this was the best reviewed of those, and I have Man of Medan, and it's the worst reviewed of them, and I haven't played it yet. So, Little Hope here, which is about witch trials and stuff. This one I will probably give a try to soon, because I'm still a little bit on that high of The Quarry and wanting to play a game exactly like Supermassive makes with Until Dawn and The Quarry. So this, grab that, because I want to do that probably pretty soon. And we've got 2 PS5 games here. I can't believe I bought 2 PS5 games in the same month. But we have In Sound Mind. This is a first-person horror game. It's got very much of a walking sim style to it, from what it looks like. But I was looking up some people playing it on YouTube in the comments, from people who played it and from people who were watching it, said that it looked fantastic or it was fantastic. So I don't usually jump at the chance to play these type of games because so often they are YouTube free, like for YouTubers to like scream and stuff like that, and I can't stand those. But this one seemed like it was worth a try. It's supposed to be actually pretty damn good. I want Soma, not Kolot. I want, hopefully, In Sound Mind and not Bendy and the Ink Machine. So, and this, I watched two-minute gameplay trailer, and within the first 30 seconds of this, I was like, I have to have this game. I've already started playing it. It's pretty cool. It's a little wonky, but, you know, I hope that they make more games in this series because it says, oh wait, the survival series. This is a game that plays like a nature documentary where you are a sugar glider. It's adorable. It's so cute. It's very pretty. And I just think it's presented very, very well. I hope they can tighten it up and make some more games like this. I don't know if I got 2 trees planted. I think that's what it says. Yeah, 2 trees for each full-price physical copy sold. I did not buy it at full price because I only just learned it existed. I hope Amazon, $20, will still plant the trees, or they'll plant the trees on that, because this is made in conjunction with a nature non-profit, whatever, that plants trees, and that's what they're trying to accomplish here. I definitely recommend it. It's pretty cheap and pretty cool, and I'll probably finish it this week because it's not like super long or anything. But I do really like it. It's very cute. Oh, okay. Now the rest of this, there's one Game Boy game that's not an import, but there's pretty much all imports after this one right here. This is another pinball game that's really, really cheap. Hardcore Pinball. Hadn't heard of it, but it was not expensive, so of course I grabbed it. Alright, we've got Game Boy imports and Super Famicom imports. Let's just start with the Game Boys here, and really this was just me grabbing a lot of stuff that I hadn't picked up that are Game Boy Advance or Color staples. And they're just very expensive to pick up the originals, or I should say, the US ones. But, you know, if you see Yoshi Topsy Turvy, even if you're not going to be able to read some stuff in it that might go over, you know, some of the mechanics of the gyroscope controls and stuff, it's still worth it for a couple bucks to pick up Yoshi Topsy Turvy, because never see this game, and it's a lot more than I paid for this. Alright, what else is here for Game Boy stuff, though? There's so much. It's falling. Okay, speaking of motion control Game Boy games, this is the other one, Kirby Tilt and Tumble. Never see this. We've got... I'll just grab all 3 of these, because they're all go together. The only one of these that I had before was the third one. But we've got here Wario Land 1, Super Mario Land 3, 6 golden... Or, not 6 golden coins. Super Mario Land 3... Wario Land. Wario Land 2 for the Game Boy Color. And this is Wario Land 4 for the Game Boy Advance. I really, really like the Wario games. I've only got the third one for the actual Game Boy ones until now. These I really wanted. This is one of the things that I went out of my way for on imports. This is Legendary Starfy 1, 2, and 3. You probably know him best as the Assist Trophy from Smash, or maybe from his 1DS game. That's actually the 4th game in the series. These 3 are his original Game Boy Advance trilogy. Love it. It's like Kirby Under the Sea. This is Mario Party Advance. For like the $2-3 that this costs for this import one plus the shipping, I am very much okay with sort of taking the, oh, I hope I can figure out what this game is with 2 buttons when we go into the mini games, because I can't read it. Game Boy original Revenge of the Gator Pinball. This is HAL Laboratory Pinball on the original Game Boy. I don't know what distance to hold it to focus on these tiny cartridges. But that's, that's Revenge of the Gator Pinball. We've got more Kirby's. We've got So this one, shit. This one is Block Ball, and this one is Star Stacker. This one looks like it should be Star Stacker because it's got the blocks, but it's actually, this one's Block Ball. This is from '95. Star Stacker, the one nobody remembers. Boom. And then these two, these are a little bit more interesting. This is Game Boy Wars Turbo. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually play this. I'm really waiting for the Advance Wars 2-pack to come out. But it was cool because this series goes back so far. We never got until the Game Boy Advance, and this is one of the earlier releases of it. And we've got right here, Norm, the gaming historian, has a really good video on this game. This is commonly referred to over here as For the Frog, the Bell Tolls. The Japanese name is Kaze something Ware. I forget. But yeah, For the Frog, the Bell Tolls. I've actually seen people do a full translation of this. But just for the sake of collecting this very cool Game Boy original game that basically worked out the engine for Link's Awakening, which is of course brilliant. You can see all the Link's Awakening in this game when you play the actual when you see the game being played. So that's cool Game Boy import stuff, and then let's finish out with so many Super Famicom titles as well. Starting with this one in the box. This is, I believe it's usually referred to as Zubal. This character, though, this is called Do Lucky, and he is a cat who is a mascot for the Coca-Cola brand in Japan. And this is a cool baseball game where he plays against his animal friends who all represent different drinks from the Coca-Cola company, including Sprite and High C and Fanta. And they're all in their uniforms, and this game's pretty good, honestly, mechanically, and is also adorable. So, alright, the rest of these are cartridges. Let's see what we got. Sailor Moon R, not Chris R, Sailor Moon R. This is one of several Sailor Moon games on the Super Famicom. This one is a beat-em-up. I think there's one other beat-em-up, and there's 2 fighting games. There's 1 or 2 beat-em-ups, 2 fighting games, a puzzle game, and an RPG. But this is the one that I think a lot of people you'll see make repros of because it is a nice, playable beat-em-up. I played a little bit of this. It's a little bit slow, but the novelty of the Sailor Moon, pretty cool. And real easy to understand. So, this right here we've got, this is Super Bonk 2. I really like the Bonk games, but I never get to play any of them or pick any of them up. Obviously, the NES one is ridiculous. And I've played the Turbo first one, which I think is the only one on the Mini. But he's got a lot of games across a lot of systems from the late 80s to early 90s. And this is, I think it's called Super Genjin. Genjin, I think is his name. His second one on Super Nintendo and Famicom, because I think that came out over here. Front Mission Gun Hazard. Front Mission you may know as the Square mech RPG. Gun Hazard is actually more of a side-scroller where you shoot and jump and stuff. Very cool import. Let's see what else is here. This was I don't know dick about this this actual anime series, but it always looks cool that you have basically a character that looks like Dracula with a gun, and it's Akira Toriyama. Go-Go Ackman 1 and 2. These are ones that I usually see on people's good import lists, so grab these 2 there. Those are cool. For $1.50, I got Simman because I've actually always wanted to play this game. It probably won't even be playable, but same thing. Not because it won't be playable, but F-Zero. I don't have a copy of F-Zero, but I have it on Switch Online. I have access to it. Just didn't have anything on a cartridge for it, so I grabbed that. Rock Band Soccer. Talk about a game you never see over here. This was like $6. Rock Band Soccer. Why won't it focus on the games when I'm holding them up? God damn it. Sorry about this. Great Circus Mystery, or Mickey Mouse Adventure 2, whatever they call the series over there. But that's what the 2 is there, and you can see it says Great Circus Mystery in that little box right there. Very good second Mickey Mouse game. This one's actually on Super and Genesis, but I don't have this one. I have the American version of the first magical quest with Mickey Mouse. This is Raidentrad. I probably didn't even need to get this, but I don't have any physicals of Raiden that are on cartridges, and I see it all the time, and I just never pull the trigger on getting it. So, Raidentrad for the Super Nintendo, just to play that version there. We're almost done. We're almost done. This is a cool little compilation. Nichibutsu Arcade Classics. This is 3 games on here. I forget what the third one is because it's very much obscured by the logo. But the one that I bought this for was Moon Cresta in the Terra Cresta, Soul Cresta series. And there's also Crazy Climber on here, which I think I've seen like goes back to like the early 80s and was going to be ported to the 26. But I bought that for Moon Cresta, mostly. And then lastly, none of these are Fire Pro Wrestling, but we've got some wrestling games. Burning Pro Wrestling. These are all New Japan. No, not this one. These 3 are all New Japan wrestling games. And this is 94, 95, both referred to as Battlefield or Tokyo Dome Battlefield. And this is their first game here. Just this fantastic story, and I think it's called Shin Nippon something. But look, it's Great Muta, Jushin Liger, of course. And this is Burning Pro Wrestling. This is made by Bulletproof Soft. I'm gonna grab weird Japanese wrestling games, particularly ones with cool covers like that, even if none of them are supposed to be that great. Oh my god, we're done. Okay, that was a lot. Like I said, most of that was just in this one big import order that I did all at once. But this was weird, crazy. I'm going to finish streaming ECW today just because I need to do a second stream, even though I fucking hate it. It's a miserable time playing that game, but I want to move on. So when I'm recovered and ready for that, we'll get to that today. Thanks. See you next month. We'll see what the hell goes on. Until then, bye.